good morning. It's the middle of morning. It's like 1 a.m. But I drank coffee and I can't sleep. Thank you, caffeine. So tonight, let's have a chat. Let's have a chit-chat and talk about what animes that I've watched and what's my favorite overall. And I guess why I love it. And I'm recording outside, so we can have that little ambiance of crickets, sounds of crickets, and just cars in the background. So I think it's good. So I got a comment on a video of mine, and I was talking about Made in Abyss, and this person suggested that what other types of animes like I recommend. Well, let's talk about that. Of course, Made in Abyss is a series that I just recently watched. Oh, it just turned dark. Is a series I recently watched. I think it came out in 2017. I just started to watch it this year, and I kind of regret not watching it for a long time. The art style is kind of like a chibi looking style, but man, it's effed up. It's effed up. But the story, the characters, and just the morbid curiosity of what's in the abyss just drags you in, and you feel like you're one of the main characters, joining in their journey and experiencing all the effed up stuff that they go through. So yeah, to sum it up in one word, sum it up in a couple of words, it's an experience. Very, very effed up. Now, that's like one of my recommendations. And now, next is, well, one of my favorite isekais of all time, Overlord. Main character is a very, very scary skeleton man who is the leader of an entire guild that got teleported into another world after the game was about to shut down. And now at first he was struggling to cope of like what the F is happening, but now he's trying to please all of his NPCs of, for him to be the ultimate ruler of the world. So he tries his best to play the role, but he's suffering because he's just role-playing a skeleton, overlord skeleton, even though inside he's just a salary man that had a really rough time. So the story of this anime, Overlord, is pretty funny. It's awesome seeing the synopsis of the anime is, man is in a dystopian world of Japan, or probably the world, is playing this game a lot called Yggdrasil. It's called a DMMORPG, a dive massive role-playing RPG. Sorry, I might be wrong. Yeah, and he played this game, had real bullshit of an experience thanks to the rules of the game, but one player saved him from being, PK'd, player killed multiple times, and they made like a little group of them, and it's called Nine's Own Goal. And eventually, it became a huge guild called Ein's Ulgon. And then they became like the top 10 most OP guilds in the game. But eventually the game will be shutting down. Ainz is pretty much the last person who's in the guild. He's the guild master. Every one of the other his guildmates has quit because of real life. So he's literally just grinding gold and stuff to maintain the guild until the very end. So at midnight, just right now, before the server shut down, he literally said, this is the final hours or minutes before the game shuts down. Let me just get my drip, get this staff that is meant for me and for the guild, and round up all the NPCs to the throne room and have a good old goodbye. But as he's about to log off, because it's the servers, or not log off, waiting for it to shut down, it didn't shut down. And he realizes NPCs normally would just react to what you say, what, gave him commands. They will go to this spot. Now is actually moving alone, moving by themselves, moving their lips, moving their eyes, them moving without your permission. They're just like regular people. And that's where the story begins. Now the story is, he is trying to assess the situation, get information, what the hell happened. That is the story of the episode. That's like episode 1. That show. It's been over 4 seasons. The anime just ended. As the same as Made in Abyss. But yeah, it's very comedic. The world itself is so interesting. The game world, his guild went into it got isekai to a different world, and all the rules of the game are flipped and stuff, and it's all jumbled. Yeah, it's awesome. I can't explain it for myself. I have a very small PP brain. Yeah, Overlord. Oh my god. Another isekai anime that I liked. It's like there's only 3 or 4 that I like out of all the garbage. Tensura. What was it? That time I got reincarnated as a slime. This also is an anime based on a 35-year-old salaryman in Tokyo, and he was going out with his coworker, his kohai, he's a senior, and he's going out with dinner or lunch with his junior and the junior's girlfriend. It was kind of awkward, but out of nowhere, there's a dude with a knife running towards them, and he saves the junior. He got stabbed, and like a Chad he is, his last request before dying is to literally destroy his PC so no one would see what's inside. Yeah, true Chad. He is not Chad, but a cultured man. And so he dies, reincarnates as a slime, and then his journey begins. I think it's in season 2 or 3. I forgot. And also the anime has a spin-off anime. Also, the art style is different, but everything good about the show is still there. And even more comedy, because it's a slice of life, it's more of a slice of life than the actual anime. And now, I won't recommend this one. It's the anime that started it all, for my curiosity of anime. Have you heard of an anime called Strike Witches? Have you? If you have, but never actually dived into what it is, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should. That anime is pretty much mollified. They made World War II fighter pilots into cute anime girls that can sprout cat ears, dog ears, and cat tails, dog tails. Pretty much become those animal girls you'll see in anime that has superpowers. And the planes that they pilot is not actually planes. It's like some mini jet engines strapped to your legs, and you also wield a humongous amount of weapons, and you fight aliens. And millions and millions of fan service. That's like the first anime that I got. What was that? That was like the first anime that was introduced to me via a friend a long time ago. And bruh, I ate it up like breakfast. I loved it. That's where my love for anime exploded. Yeah, it's pretty much, if you're a cultured man, yeah, you should check out the anime. And a few years ago, 3 or 2 years ago, they made an anime, like a reboot. Don't, it sucks. The animation is like cheese, like Minecraft. Do not watch it. But the old ones, really old ones, you should. It's pretty much fan service. Pilots from World War II, mollified. Yeah. Also, now let's go to the genre horror. I have a few that I really love. The classic Higurashi no Nakukoro ni. There's like 4 seasons of that stuff. Very convoluted, hurts your brain, and very gory. That show is all about shock value. It first starts off as I forgot the name of the MC, and also the cast, all the members. Crap. But it's a dude who lived in a village called Hinamizawa. But when he's small, he went to the cities, Tokyo or whatever, and he lived there for a couple of years. And when he's about like junior high, he comes back to the village. I don't know what was the reason. He goes back to the village and reunites with his other buddies, girls pretty much, that he was friends with a long time ago. And then there's a festival every year that happens in that village called Watanagashi Matsuri. It's some Watanagashi something. And there's a particular thing that happens each year that festival is held. And it's called, and one person disappears, like just vanishes, and one dude gets murdered. It's called the hinamizawa shokogun, or the hinamizawa curse in English. And there's like one dude, the MC, and 7 other girls. It's a slice of life at like 1/3 a bit, and then this goes in the middle is investigating a lot of stuff, and then after that it's just hell. It's hell. It's quite gory, but yeah, that's the story. Basically, if you make it summary, dude goes back to his village. He went to the festival. He knows about the whole curse thing. Him and his friends try to find out what it is, and the curse gets to them. They get effed up, and the cycle continues. It's a pretty brutal but pretty interesting story. The horror is mostly shock, and then the psychological horror that comes after you when you realize some characters is not what they seem. It's awesome. Next, Tokyo Ghoul, high school. Pretty much dominated Tokyo Ghoul for me. And also Attack on Titan. I don't have to explain what that is. I'm sure everyone knows what Attack on Titan, what type of anime that is. But yeah, Tokyo Ghoul. It boomed at the time when I was in high school. I don't know if a lot of people remember it anymore. The manga ended a long time ago too, like 4 years ago. Yeah, tragic that the story begins as a dude called a very shy dude called Kaneki was going to college and stuff, and he meets this very, very attractive woman, very, very attractive, who also likes books. Perfect. He's also a bookworm. So they meet, and he whipped out his chance of like, let's talk to her and see what happens. Yes, he got a date. Congrats, dude. And they went to a date. They ate lunch. Suspicious. She just ordered coffee and nothing else. And now he's, just going with her on a damn alleyway. Oh God, prepare yourself. And pretty much. By the way, this is all not scripted. This is just by memory. Trying to remember. Yeah. Oh wait, no. Okay, I remember now. So he goes to this coffee shop called Anteku, and he finds Rize, the woman he likes, and he sees her a lot. And he doesn't see her, go with her. He just sees her drinking coffee and reading a book. And then he asked her out, or she asked her out. No, he asked her out. Sorry, he asked her out. They went to other restaurant or coffee shop, and while they're going home, she drags him into an alleyway and says it's a shortcut. And boom, nope, she is not human. She is a ghoul. That's why she didn't order any food and just coffee. For some reason, ghouls can drink coffee, black coffee only, and nothing else other than humans. So she was planning to eat kaneki. But that ultimately failed when some big, huge ass pipes squishes her, saving his life. But before that, he gets fucked up really hard by her with her huge ass tentacles, and he got saved by someone on top of a roof who dropped all those pipes. When he wakes up, he's in a hospital with his left eye now black and red, saying, now, the organ that lady had, this doctor is insane. So he implanted her organ that creates this tentacle stuff into him to create this half ghoul. And then the story begins of his miserable ass life trying to fit in. That anime, man, the first season was great. I read back through the manga. A lot of it, they adapted it well. Season 2, I was a bit disappointed because they didn't add some stuff, but it was okay. And the final stuff, though, was it first season? Yeah, I think the second season was just fine, and fourth. The third one was pretty. No, don't watch it. The fourth one was okay. So, read the manga. Read the manga. It's a roller coaster of a show, but it's good. Nonetheless, Tokuku. Let's see what other stuff I have watched. Oh, horror. There's one more. I was pronouncing this the whole time, ever since I knew this, and then my friend I actually don't remember. So it's either Elfen Lied or Elfen Lied. I think it's Elfen Lied. This anime is, I really don't remember. It's pretty much a person that has invisible hands that can just F you up without you noticing. And she's been bullied and stuff, so she became she became unhinged and just murdered everything. Which she's the main character and stuff, but I basically forgot everything about that anime. But yeah, Elfen Lied. don't know how to spell it. Type it elfin lead, just how you pronounce it, and I'm sure the internet will auto-correct it. But yeah, that's a show. Pretty old, but also pretty interesting to watch. Quite effed up too, but pretty cool. Other shows. Comedy, konosuba. Konosuba, you just can't get, you can't get wrong. The Konosuba series, season 1 through 3, and I think the most recent movie with the Chimera person is like probably the most famous scene ever, with him realizing, I'm not gonna say it, spoilers, but yeah, Konosuba, you just can't, it doesn't need an explanation. It's awesome. Literally, MC got isekai, another isekai to this other world, and he's like surprised, like, oh my god, wait, am I dead? And he speaks to this goddess that's pretty much she this person, it's called Aqua, is in charge of isekaiing people from Japan. Cool. So she gives him a choice, or choices, to what to bring with him in his isekai journey. There's a lot, like a magic sword, like hero type character or whatever, books, stuff from whatever she has, like there's cards or whatever she can pick, or he can pick. But the funny thing is, from all these options, he thought, why don't I bring the goddess instead of any of these items? That would be probably broken, right? So he asked her to be the thing he brings to the isekai world, and yeah, it works. So a god will replace her instead, and she will join him in his journeys, and shit goes down. That anime is awesome. Nothing I can deny. That is cool. Yojo Senki. That's like, actually, never mind. I watch a lot of isekai. Yojo Senki is also an isekai now that I remember, that I watched and was pretty shocked on how good it was. The story is pretty much a person that's like also like what was it? Pretty much like that time I reincarnated as a slime, but the direction it went was pretty dark. So he's also like a businessman, like a leader in a company, and he was offing someone, firing them because they weren't going to work. They were going late for work. That person hasn't been doing well at all, so he's letting him off. But when he's waiting for the train to come, he gets pushed by that person he fired. And then, before he gets hit by the train, for some reason, time stops, or slows down and then stops. And then he hears this weird voice from somewhere, and he calls it being X, because he doesn't believe in God, so he calls it being X. Like, who are you? Why? What is happening? Pretty much being X is saying like, okay, you're gonna get isekai'd, and I'm gonna isekai you to a place where you're gonna suffer forever because you've been a horrible person and stuff. And then after that, like 2 minute talk or speech from God, he gets run over by a train, gets isekai'd. And not isekai'd, reincarnated. I'm sorry. He gets reincarnated as a little girl called Tanya. And so he gets reincarnated as a baby, and he grows up and joins the military and F shits up and F things up. She has like magical superpowers too. And oh, by the way, reincarnated as a girl, and she, formerly he, has OP ass superpowers that can just make nukes out of nothing, shoot it from a gun, and explode everything in front of her. Yeah. I think it's Saga of Tanya the Evil. That's like the English title for it, but yeah. It's also a banger. Now I realize I watch a lot of isekai. So I'm one of those people who consume isekai content. Great. But I only watch the good ones. Yeah. So most of what I watch was isekai and the classics. Then now I remember the sad ones, sad anime like Clanad. I've seen that. Bawled my eyes out. Trying to remember. Oh, well, the recent ones. Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know how to explain this. So, summary for this anime is there's a dude called Itadori Yuji who is not a very smart student or person, character, but he's physically blessed. He is physically very, very, very strong. He can literally throw, like, what's it called, a shot put? Like, into the skeleton of, like, a soccer goal, and he can bend it. He has physical strength, like, superhuman strength, I mean. And, what was it? So yeah, he has supernatural strength for some reason. And I haven't read the manga to where I know why. I think it's still a mystery. But yeah, I'll call him Itadori now. So Itadori has this very, very unnatural strength, which is weird. And some stuff happens in his school. Supernatural stuff happens in school because one of the people in his club, like the horror club or occult club, I think it's called, they got something weird. It's a thing that's wrapped in like ancient like paper with like seals on it. The dumbass that they are opened it up and summoned a lot of deadly spirits to school, and they almost got killed. But Itadori just ran in there with a person called Kuro. Started with Kuro. I forgot the other dude. You can say the Sasuke of the main characters, and Itadori being Naruto, but better. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's kind of better than Naruto. But yeah, so they went into school and, well, tried to save his friends, and his finger was to blame. It was attracting all of the evil spirits, and to save his friends, he needs more strength. And he heard from his friend, or like the guy with him, that eating this finger will give him immense supernatural, what's it called? It's like mana, supernatural, very strong powers, and he had no choice. He has to save his friends, so he ate it, saved his friends, but summoned a damn great evil called Ryomen Sukuna to the world. He was sealed a long time ago, but now he's back. Not at full strength, but he is back. And now he's gonna act on whatever he wants, because he's free. He got a new body, and now he's just gonna wreak havoc around Japan. But Itadori has some. He can literally suppress said evil spirit and revert back to himself. And then the story begins of, because he ate that very, very dangerous object, literally a finger from a very, very powerful demon, or a deadly spirit, there is a couple of things now that he can do. And he either, here's some cars, so now there's two options for him. Either he is immediately executed because he's a danger to everyone, or this is an option that a specific teacher gives him. Either he gets executed immediately, or he eats all the fingers of Sukuna, so he will be banished forever and ever. So Ryomen Sukuna is weird. He has like 4 eyes and has 4 arms. So he pretty much has, 20 fingers in total? So he ate one of them. So the plan is, because he can come back at any time when someone eats his finger, might as well. He eats every finger and then gets executed. So he will never come back, ever. Yeah, so that's an option. So he takes that instead of getting executed immediately, and now his journey to find the other 19 fingers. That is the story. And he continues and continues. The manga is still continuing. So yeah. Oh my god. My back hurts. Damn it. Okay, so I think for right now, all the anime that I've watched in recent memory, I've talked about. Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah. So for now, that will be it. And I think the caffeine's wearing off. I'm getting really drowsy. Oh yeah, also, if you've been anyone who's going to be watching this, are you playing Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak? The update came out yesterday, and it's awesome. So yeah, anyone who watched this, thank you so much for watching.